Hi everyone, it's Linda. Today I'm going to answer the questions you left me on Instagram. I think I didn't count them, but I think there's probably about 10 or 11 questions. I'm going to answer them in no particular order, and I'm not going to list the person's name who left the question because I didn't ask if they wanted their names mentioned, so I'm not sure they do. So anyhow, here we go. Let's just jump right in. First question is, what was your job before you had your antique store? Well, right before the antique store, I was working in retail for a short time, but prior to that, a friend of mine and myself had a cleaning business. So those were real close together. So cleaning business, retail. The next question is, what is your natural hair color and how long have you colored your hair? Well, my natural hair color is blonde, a very dark, sort of dingy dishwater blonde. I started coloring my hair when I was probably around 16, and then I pretty much just highlighted my hair for many, many years, and then went back to coloring my entire head just a few years ago. But yeah, my natural hair color is a dark blonde, and I've been coloring since I was 16. Oh boy. Advice on a happy marriage. Give and take. Compromise for sure. Realize that every day is not going to be a honeymoon. There are going to be days that you actually want to wring your spouse's neck. Just take a deep breath, walk away, and then tomorrow will be a better day. Because marriage is definitely a job. Marriage is a commitment. Marriage, I think, is often taken far too lightly. I think a lot of people get married thinking everything's going to be all sunshine and rainbows, and that's not the case. So you have to stick with it through thick and thin. Now, if you're being abused, that's a whole nother story. I'm not even going to go there, but compromise and understanding. How do you keep your positive attitude? Oh boy. I didn't really realize I had a positive attitude. So I guess it just comes natural. My mother was never really a complainer. She just took everything as it come. I guess both my parents did. So if I do have a positive attitude, I would have to say that it comes from my parents. You've mentioned that you cut your own hair. How did that come about? It just sort of evolved. I started off just doing my bangs, and it kind of led from there, just little by little. One thing led to another, and I just found myself just cutting my own hair. I mean, I had a couple of friends who were hairdressers. I kind of watched their techniques. It seemed pretty simple to me, and that's kind of how that came about. How did you and your husband meet? My husband's aunt moved into a house right across from our house when I was probably around 12 years old, and him and his father would come visit. So that's how I met my husband. Do you have any hobbies? Well, I guess YouTube is my hobby. Aside from YouTube, decorating, TV. I watch way too much TV, but I love TV, so maybe that's a hobby. I'm not sure, but YouTube, I guess, is my biggest hobby. Were you interested in decorating and or antiques or primitives as a teen or as an adult? My love of antiques kind of evolved as well. Probably in my mid-20s, we lived next door to a lady who was a wonderful decorator. She had a lot of antiques and primitives in her home, and I just became drawn to those, and I just sort of little by little started collecting a piece here, a piece there, and it sort of evolved from there. And as you know, that now I don't really have the primitive look of my home anymore. It's more of the I guess modern farmhouse look with some primitives added in, but yeah, that's how my love of antiques sort of came about. How tall are you? I am 5'7" and shrinking. Favorite movie? Oh boy, I don't know that I have one. I think if I had to pick just one, it's probably Urban Cowboy, with The Burbs being a close runner-up. I don't like deep movies. I just like to be entertained. I like lighthearted, frivolous stuff. The world's heavy enough as it is, so I'm not into heavy movies and dramas. What size do you wear? I wear a size 6 or an 8, generally speaking. I think most of my stuff is probably a size 6 and probably a size medium on top. You know, depends on the manufacturer, you know, but so those were my questions. I hope you guys enjoyed the answers, and I appreciate you guys asking the questions. And as always, until next time.